when there is loss and when there is separation. And so much of our evolution is about healing these elements of separation, harmonizing the separation that we feel from the divine. But it hasn't been made easy for us because there's been a lot of separation. As a young child, I always knew that the divine was real and that love was the answer. That was just a given. But I was always amazed how people didn't choose love. You know, they would choose other things. And at this time, I'm feeling very called to bring forward a message of we get to choose again. And one of the most important things that I'd love you to know is that you're not broken. Your song and your soul is your very essence. Your light is your very essence. So it cannot be broken. It just cannot. And although I knew this and I had this access to this divine knowing, and I would have all these visions and out-of-body experiences and all of that, it was so painful to live in a world that did not choose what I was choosing. And so how many of you resonate with what I'm saying? How many of you recognize that? Beautiful. So what my music and what my muse, which is my music, started bringing me to, and the revelation was that I was to return to Eden. And many of us talk about we walking home to the garden. Yes, we coming home, and that is wonderful. But how we do that is by truly harmonizing the paradox. And sound is a method, it is a modality to get to the core of the cellular information that holds our generational curses, that holds our trauma, and all of us have it in our DNA. All of us in our DNA carry our lineage. And so people ask me, like, do you believe in this? And I said, it's irrelevant what I believe. That it is in you. It's not even that you lived it. I used to have fears that were not mine. You know, like I didn't have a reason to be so scared of a dark room or a closed door, but I was. And that was in my DNA, right? That was in my innate being. So getting to know this innate being is the journey. And it was a message I got because I channel a lot of the unified field. And it's a message I got from Mother Earth that in a meditation in Costa Rica in 2019, December. And she said, a seed, no matter its potential, if left on barren ground, will never produce the fruit it's innately born to give. And this makes total sense, right? This is like, of course, if a seed is left on concrete, guess what happens? Nothing is going to happen. So it needs to have soil. But what this did for me as a human being, as a woman, as Lizete, was I understood that I have never failed. Like I have never failed in a single thing in my life, and neither have you. If I was not planted in beautiful ground and had an ecosystem and had water and had light. So there's nothing broken about me, but I have not been set up to succeed. So I went on this voyage to understand what is the ecosystem. And I found the universal and unifying truth for humanity, that we are not broken, but we are very worthy of being safe and sound. And so because my passion is leadership and music, can you see the bridge I had to, like leaders don't want to listen to music, but the music is actually going to help them become whole leaders. But if we had leaders that actually believed that we deserve to be safe and sound, and that leadership began with me and my family and my community, then we can start changing the world. A lot of what is happening in these times is we have been separated between our logical mind, our human nature, natural, our mortal selves. But then we have all this multidimensionality that we can access through music, through sound. through the field. And this is the mystery of the cosmic, the spiritual, the divine, the immortal. And we are both. We are both. And as I started building this out through inspiration of spirit, I came to this essential ecosystem for everyday Eden, because Eden is here, right? The creation from the very beginning, the garden, is still here. And I lived in it in Costa Rica. I live in it today. Coming out of that garden and coming into a new garden that I was being led to create was to understand I had to build my own ecosystem. I needed to come in a place of wholeness, in sovereignty, in sacred service, and in security. Now, this overwhelms you a little bit. I want to break it down for a little bit, because then you can see how crazy beautiful this is. These are the keys that the divine showed me. What I had to reconcile within myself as an energetic being, because if we talk about evolution, for me, it's about us realizing as humanity that I impact you, you impact me, I'm a part of you, you're a part of me. And why? We all live in the same field. We all live in the same field. It's not just happening over there, it's happening right here within. So I can't change the world, but I can change this world. And through this emanation, I'm going to impact that world. And there were 3 specific paradoxes that I was guided to work on. First was reconciliation. I am this human, I am this divine. Yes, I'm not the divine. I am part of the divine. I am also divine, as so are you. But I also had to reconcile the masculine and feminine within myself and outside of myself. And the last thing I had to do was look at spirit and matter. It's one thing to have access to the field and to the song. It's another to bring it down to earth and live it on an everyday basis. And that's exactly what I wanted to do most in the world, not just for me. When I look at sound and how creation weaves, I started putting these paradoxes together, and I added a 4th paradox, which was ultimately understanding that the divine is both mother and father. Father God, Mother Earth, Cosmic Mother. And when I put these 4 paradoxes together, it gave me the flower of life. Now, this cannot be a coincidence because indeed, we are told that if he is like a tree planted by the streams of water that yields its fruit in season and its leaf does not wither. In all he does or she does, he prospers. So this journey of ascension and embodiment into our soul song is really what I know is possible for humanity, what I know is possible for us. And what I've been living on this journey for this while. Together we sing, remembering our place, reclaiming our space, returning to the garden, our home.